Okay, evening everybody. So, I understand the last couple days I have not been streaming, and that is because I've been in a funky mental health state with work and city crap and that jazz. Just lots and lots of stuff. Um, kind of coming up all at the same time. It was just messy and kind of all over the place, and so there wasn't really a good time to stream that made sense, and I've been kind of just passively playing the game sort of in the background to try and kind of progress the account in a general sense until I could otherwise get back online. That being said, coming back to this mess, just while we're going to go ahead and work on our regular Slayer tasks, the Lesser Demons, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly cover what I've been able to accomplish in the last couple days. So, one, finished Dragon Slayer. I think I finished that on stream, but there was entirely a possibility that I didn't. We're up to 55 attack, which means we've unlocked Whirlwind, or Tornado, or whatever the hell it's called. Hurricane, yeah. So we've unlocked Hurricane. We've unlocked Combat Assault, or Assault for Strength. So both of those have been brought up to 55 respectively. I need to remove Ricochet from the bar from get me killed. In fact, I may need to actually switch over to crossbow bolts. This is messy. We're up to 57 fishing and 60 cooking. A little bit extra on the cooking just because I haven't exactly been cooking just exclusively fish. I've been cooking some other stuff too. Specifically, I was hunting a little bit, and I figured, okay, well, might as well stuff I'm getting from hunting. So that's been kind of what's happening on that front. Not a whole lot has happened with most of the stuff down here. We have gone up to 48 fletching, 52 wood cutting, and 40 fire making, which are all just... honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, it was me just trying to get Femican trials done and taken care of so that when we get all the stats required to do Thrones of Miscellanea, that we can. Until then, it doesn't really matter, because I think I've got a half dozen other things that I've got to do before that's even a factor, so it is what it is. Yeah, there's no way. I need to back off, otherwise I'm just going to be wasting a full inventory of here. Need to go back and get a I need to switch over to my crossbows, which sucks because they're not that great, but I suppose. We're at 51 crafting. Generally, the way that I've been going about the crafting thing, I think I've done some of this on stream, but again, it's been a couple days since I've actually streamed, so I'm not entirely sure what I've done on stream and what I haven't done on stream, and it's been a mess, guys. My brain has been in scrambles, so forgive any misconceptions on my part of what I actually have posted. Obviously, probably this weekend I'm going to be pushing to try to get some of the content from over the last couple weeks actually edited down, because unfortunately, because of school, I haven't been able to get on that at all. So what I'm hoping is what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to set up the videos to where I'm a couple weeks in advance terms of what's streamed and what's edited down. So there's going to be like probably a 2 or 3 week delay. And it's mainly just because I need to be able to have a window of time, especially while I'm at school, to kind of pad that content out. And if there's disruptions like this last weekend, my birthday and everything, Mother's Day, all that jazz, all kind of piled on at once, and that made it difficult, along with my schooling, because my teacher decided that they were going to go ahead and drop like a mountain of crap on us last minute. Yeah, just all of that made it difficult. And while this sounds like a lot of blah 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 excuses, because it is, to be perfectly frank, at the same time, it's me just being very honest and just upfront saying I have not been able to produce and manage the content that I had intended to produce and manage up to this point. And that's on me. I'm not blaming that on anybody. It is my fault. I'm just simply providing context to the situation and why it's taken me. With all that being said, the general... Let's see. Does Vera a that sells crossbows? Does anywhere have a place that sells crossbows? Entirely sure I can smith them. Touch them for that matter. Adamant bolts are at 60. Why are crossbow bolts so damn high? Ugh. Anyways. Content hasn't been up to par lately. I've been in a funk. Still kinda in a funk. I'm not gonna sit there and promise that everything's gonna be done perfect. I've got everything ironed out, because to be perfectly frank, that's just complete and utter BS, and I'm not in a position to be able to promise that. That being said, I am going to make a solid effort to try to get some content out to you guys this weekend. I also have some homework I've got to get done. We're rolling into the last third of the term. It's my last term at school. Yeah. Or at least my last term for my associates. After this, things... You don't sell crossbow bolts. You sell bronze bolts, but that's not helpful. Where can I get... Like, is there a place that sells adamant bolts? Cool. Help. Iron dragons drop them. That's not helpful. Dwarven Mine Crossbow Shop, the Keldagrim Crossbow Shop, White Wolf Mountain Crossbow Shop, and the Archery Emporium in Catherby. I guess we're just gonna go buy out the use of their crossbow bolts, because I need them. I think at 50 I get access to runes. Or like rune crossbow bolts. Yeah, that's kind of the way the last week has been. Understandably, that's probably not great information, but it's the way things have been lately. Try to do better. Oh, I want you to buy all of this and all of those. You buy the fletching cape from this guy? Seriously, this is the guy that... Okay, That's interesting. Um, is the white? Where's White Wolf Mountain? Isn't that the mountain that's? Yeah, it's literally right above me. It's the archery. Let's see. Archery shop. Is it inside the mountain? Like in here? I know this gets me to Keldagrim. There we go. Let's actually mark the archery shop so I can actually... Yep. Shop here. Catherby does not... Like, maybe this has some of archery. Because you figure that Berthup is gonna have most content, or at least most supplies. Oh, Orceus's Roar just started. I might go run agility for a bit. I had every intention to continue on this and just push for getting Slayer done, but if Roar's active, I might want to go do agility while there's an XP buff for it. Oh, and I did a monthly reset token on the god statues, which help kind of power up the prayer and construction. That may not necessarily be the most efficient use of a monthly reset token, but I hate training construction, so... Is the archery? Yeah, down in this. Outside of that, for the most part, magic got to 66, which means I have the ability to create air orbs. That's going to be valuable just in terms of being able to make magic staffs. Not that that's necessarily valuable, because mystic staffs are no longer all that valuable in terms of just oh, is it because I don't have adamant crossbows? Can I buy adamant? It's like... Problem solved. In fact, sell the mithril ones because I just don't want them. I've surpassed them. Valuable. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go run agility while the roar is active. I'm not sure how long it is active. been kind of working on my base buildings here. Specifically, just the core structures, the town hall, the storage, the getting all the workers, because I figure those are the best to focus down first, and then we'll start working on the rest of them. While I would love to have the agility building up and running, just because an additional experience for agility would right now, it's not that insane. So. Try to get 50 agility. That being said, running literally 6 agility levels worth of this sounds like absolute nightmare fuel. For any of those watching, this is my least favorite skill. It really is. Like on my main, I literally burned double XP weekend on agility because I just didn't want to do it. Divination and agility. And then I think I capstoned it with smithing just because I was relatively close to finishing that off. I was already in like mid-70s when double XP weekend kicked off back in like 16. There's this weird humming noise I keep hearing over here, and it's driving me up the wall, and I think it's the statue? Like, it is something over here, because it gets louder as I get closer to the temple proper structure over here, and it goes away as I move away from it. So I really genuinely think it's like in this temple or something. I need to figure out what I need to do to be able to open that up, because hey, if I train agility enough here, I'll be able to move all my guys off of agility and something else. Nice, couple more codex pages. Slowly working our way towards one of the codex books. Just wish you could get the Maz capability codex from here. Or the corruption shot ability codex. Both of those would be so incredibly valuable to get from here. I have to figure out where you can get the corruption shot. If I remember correctly, I think it's ED2, and that just... so many anti-dragon fires. What's on the agenda, though, probably for this upcoming week? Once I finish with a lot of my chemistry homework, because that's going to be a huge thing this upcoming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish block. It's because I have a lab due. I'm going to try to go ahead and knock out one chemistry assignment every single morning before I stream this weekend. And then whatever time I have before stream, I'll go ahead and try to work on the video as well. And who knows, maybe this time I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to just pick it dirt simple introduction video. Just get the channel up. Try to explain what I plan on doing with it. But yeah, mining and smithing, we hit 60. So I actually can mark mining and smithing done. Mining and smithing is finished. Most of these are at 50, close to 60, specifically the ranged, the attack, the strength, defense, all of those are starting to become level 60-ish, which means, honestly, I just need to get strength to 60 so I can get access to God War's Dungeon 1. Just be an incredibly valuable place to be able to go farm. Specifically because I want to kick the ever-living crap out of Kriara. Try to get some armored shield gear. Start training my ranged up. Hunting's going to be a big one this upcoming week. Hunting's going to be a really big one. I need to get this up. It's really dreadfully awful, specifically right now. And it's because I'm doing the verdant wagtails down in the Ulag, the Feldup Hills. That's kind of where the majority of my time's being spent right now, and I really despise the bird traps just because of the way that they're structured, which I guess is almost most of the traps in general. I really feel hunting needs. Not that I necessarily know how they would rework it. Love what they did to fire making. Really gotta say, fire making, as I've been kind of exploring some of the fire making content, I have to say that I really, really appreciate where fire making has gone. Being able to explore the incense sticks and stuff like that, and having like the fire spirits that can just get you random stuff, like those are cool. I really, really like those. And they're a fun little mechanic to have added to the game. Obviously, I can't take advantage, or at least I don't believe I'm able to take advantage of the bonfire mechanic. Where, if you have a bunch of people kind of just dropping logs into the same fire, you get a bunch of bonuses for XP for it. Just because Ironman and the whole self-sufficiency thing. The main reason why we're doing this is so that I can get the heck off of... I need to hit 50 or 53. I can't remember which. I think 49 I can start doing wilderness training. Just something I have every intention to go ahead and start doing. I finished up a couple quests. Mainly, I knocked out Vampire Slayer, I knocked out Fairy Tale 1, Ernest the Chicken. I was just trying to get some really easy quest points. So, like, Ernest the Chicken was like a quick, hey, I've got, 15 minutes before I have to leave the house. This is going to take, like, 3 minutes of that. Knocked out Beneath Cursed Tides. Gertrude's Cat, Family Crest. I need to do Demon Slayer, which is going to be pretty straightforward. I believe that's the sword, the Blue Right Sword quest. Need to do the dig site. I think I have almost everything I would need, and the main reason why I want to do this is because it does give 2,000 Herblore XP, which right now any Herblore XP is incredibly valuable. Actually, because I think 75 for... That sounds... So yeah, the Aurora is active. We get a 25% increase to experience and have enhanced drop rates, which is great because we're getting a ton of codex pages here. And then we're also getting a 25% increase to agility XP, which is so for the next hour or so, we're going to go ahead and just run agility, 49 minutes. Switch back over to Slayer. We'll go kill the lesser demons. So I'm trying to train up Slayer a little bit, and then also training up the various combat stats. We're almost to the point where I can go ahead and start AFK Abyss farming. The biggest inhibitor to that right now is getting my magic to, I believe, 80. What level do I get? Level 6 enchant. I think I require level 6 enchant. 80. Level 6 enchants. Okay. What do I need for Onyx? Because what I want to make is the Blood Amulet of Fury. Remember that being really crucial on my main. So, the Amulet of Fury is an Onyx amulet that's been enchanted with enchant level 6. Can I boost that, though? If I could boost that, that would be huge. Because if I hit like 80 and then I could find something to boost it to 87, so I didn't have to do that ton of XP. Getting a ton of my totems. But yeah, getting the level 6 enchant so that I can do Onyx stuff. Because I need to be able to make a Onyx amulet, which will take level 90 crafting, which is a little bit brutal, but you know, it is what it is. But getting an Amulet of Fury would be a big step in the right direction, and then converting that over to the Blood Amulet of Fury just so I can go ahead and start healing. Blood Necklace Shard at that point is going to be the biggest thing. I think the drop rate's relatively low. Yeah, it's 1 out of 128 or out of the elites and 1 out of 512 out of the regulars. So it's gonna be a long-term project, but it's a valuable item to have for the account. The nice thing is crafting is relatively easy, all things considered, to train, just because I can go ahead and chisel or like cut gemstones. It's a really easy way to train it. Gosh, I'm getting a ton of my totems. Unfortunately, I think most of these totems require something like 90 in a respective stat to be able to finish, so I'm not going to be able to finish them anytime soon, but it's still nice to be able to knock out a lot of the other pieces. Need to get my construction to 40, and I think that's going to be another big thing that I want to get done this week, just so I can start doing medium pens in farming. I have all my small pens set up, and I think I'm almost to the point where I can start well, no, I've got chickens in them right now. I need to get to the point where I can do chins. Because if I could get chins without having to do hunting for chins, well, I'm gonna have to hunt for chins. That's how you get chin. I gotta say, this is better than doing Apatol for 50 billion years. Though getting that quest done isn't the worst thing in the world. I need to hit 43 fire making. I think that's another big level requirement for a quest specifically. So that's only 9k XP. That's really not that bad. Heroes quest is another one that I can do soon. I think I need to get 25 herb lore for that. Not that necessarily Heroes Quest is all that valuable in terms of just the quest itself. It's just it gives a lot of XP. Because it gives like 1 to 3k XP in about half a dozen. Or like a dozen skills. It's a lot of XP. Grand total, it's probably close to 40,000 XP for a single quest. While it is a longer quest, I feel it's worth it. Need to do Boric and Doric's tasks. Get those polished off. Goblin Diplomacy, finishing that off would be nice. Not because of the rewards or anything, because honestly, Goblin Diplomacy isn't really that great. You know, just some crafting XP. The quest points are mainly why I would do it. A lot of quest points. Doing the Knight's Sword is another one that I should probably get done. Tears of Guthix. Tears of Guthix is going to be a big one soon. Knocking out some of the Mortania quests and the Canifis quests so that we can start building towards getting Sun Spear. Now that takes like 80, 85 in almost every stat that's relevant to the quest, so... And there's like almost a dozen of them. Doing Elemental Workshop, another really big one. Particularly for the crafting and smithing XP. This is a relatively small requirement, all things considered. 1 thread and 4 coal is not a high requirement quest at all. I need to do the Grand Tree so that I can I need to do the Grand Tree so I can start working on getting access to the Gnome Flying Network. Dwarf Cannon, be another big one. I can get access to the Dwarf Multi-Cannon, being able to make cannonballs. and it's a relatively low cost quest in terms of just input. The world wakes. I like how they put that here. Like, the world wakes. Yes, you can go ahead and go do this. Oh yeah, by the way, you should probably have above 100 combat, because you're gonna have to kill a lot. Also, all the lamps that you get from it are only really usable on stuff above level 75. Because look at this, 250,000 XP prayer lamp. That's huge. Like, that is bonkers huge. That's... What is that? 80 to... Let me look at the XP table. Even at level 80... Level 80 is 1.9 mil XP, and they're going to give you an XP lamp that's 250k? Like, that'll take you to 81 or 82. That's a sizable chunk of change. I didn't want to go back through there. It's the ultimate abilities that I'm really wanting here. Like, the XP lamps are huge, and if I can get one, like, right now, I'm at level 66. If I could get 3 50k combat stat XP lamps, magic, like, let's just set an a level target of 75. That's 150k off that, and that's not bad. That would easily tear me close to 70. That becomes a lot easier. Yeah, it's literally just have combat gear. It's the only real requirement. It's combat gear and a crap ton of food. You're gonna need to do a lot here. Ritual of the Majorat. While Gothic sleeps, Temple of Sentistin. Yeah, 75 and a bunch of... And that's the biggest issue with it, is that it just, like, sure, the quest itself doesn't need jack squat, but it needs so many high stats to do the quote-unquote prerequisite quests. And I wonder why they decided to do that. Why didn't they make the quest just a hard requirement? Like, just make the 5th age quest a hard requirement. Is it just because they don't want to lock such an like large amount of combat potential behind a quest with so many requirements? Oh, I need to go up the second cliff. Sheep herder is not incredibly useful. Yeah, like it gets the rest of my plague gear, and that's it. It's 4 quest points, which is valuable. Because right now, quest points are honestly about as valuable as it can be. Just because it gets me access to Vanquish. See if we can hit 50 before this roar is finished. Temple of Ikov. What does Temple of Ikov require? Light source, 20 limper. It's not much. 10k ranged XP, 8k fletching. It's of lightness. That is. That isn't bad. Might be something to knock out. Being able to defeat a level 77 foe is well within my potential right now. I did kill KBD. Killed him twice, actually. Fortunately, I was an idiot and used a death touch dart on him. And didn't realize that death touch darts block your kills for 15 minutes. I think it's dumb. Let me use my death touch darts to get rid of my Slayer tasks. Better give me Coerthus Reaper tasks. Oh wait, that's 2 boss kills. I did. Oh nope, because they didn't count. Which means they didn't count for. Eh. Biohazard would be a good one to knock out. Which I guess is why you would do Sheep Murder, is so that you can get the... This is the unique... The only reason why we would really be doing this specifically is because it gives us 3 XP points. It is a requirement for Regicide, which is a requirement for the stuff that you have to do for Riff. And I guess pushing that envelope as far as I possibly can. That way, once we get that far into it, we can just deal with it. Because I guess that would kind of suck, is if we got all the requirements for Prif and couldn't get into Prif because we had to go through a slog of quests. So knocking out that beforehand probably wouldn't. Carnelian Rising. First you want an empty backpack. Let's see here, 2 1500 XP lamps, 2500 thieving, 2500 construction, item worth 5000 coins, bag of sweet, construction supplies, treasure chests for setting up treasures. What it mean? I wonder what it means by treasure chests for setting up treasure hunts. Let's see, Eagle's Peak gives us 2500 XP. Need to capture ferrets. A box trap. Yellow dye, swamp tar, and 50 coins. I've got swamp tar and coins. The yellow dye is probably the problem there. Just need to find what I would need to get. 50 coins. 50 coins. I've got swamp tar and 50 coins. The yellow dye is probably the problem there. Just need to find what I would need to get. 50 coins. 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 50 Main reason why I'm looking at all the quests is because I'm at 91 quest points, which means for 9 quest points, we get access to our next reward tier. See here, Tower of Life, beer. Construction XP, crafting thieving XP, builder's costume, access to creature creation, which I'm guessing is a mini game. Combat gear and rewards are 12k attack XP, 2k thieving XP, 1,000 coin, but 2 quest points. This thing to knock out. Sand is not too bad in terms of costs. There's this crafting XP, the ability to buy pink dye, a secret ore. Okay, we might not be hitting 50. I might just stick around and do this until 50 agility. We're really not that far from 50 agility. We burned through 11k XP, so we're over halfway there. We're like, no, we've done more than 11k. We've done probably closer to like 21k, which is why I said over halfway there, because of processing. I think we were like at 55k when we started. Watchtower, dragon bones, bat bones, vial of water, 2 ropes, clean gold bar, the ability to defeat a level enemy, get 15k magic XP, 5,000 coins, and access to watchtower teleport spell. Sure, Moth or the slave is actually all that valuable, but hey. Potential that we could get something else. Let's see here. Big chompy bird hunting. 100 feathers, 4 to 6 wolf bones. Feathers are easy enough. Wolf bones are also relatively easy. So I can just go to White Wolf Mountain and kill them. No fletching XP, because 262 fletching XP is nothing. 735 ranged XP is nothing. 1400 cooking XP is really not that great. God, this is awful. This quest rewards are garbage. I would just do this just to get it off the blasted list of quests, so I didn't have to worry about it. Giant dwarf. $10k gold, any burnable log, 1 coal, 1 iron bar, roots to cast, telekinetic grab, sapphires, 1 die if I have not completed the Night Sword. Okay, so completing the Night Sword before. This is smart. Reasonable amount of XP, all things considered. Like, what? That's 7,500 plus 4,500, so 12k, like 12k XP, right? Am I doing? I think so. Access to members' gravestones, the ability to use the Dwarf minecarts, and the ability to complete tasks for the Dwarf mining company. Or if that gives additional mining XP, and if it's worth it. Father and son. Boards. Medium XP. Hunter lamp. Be the worst thing to kick off. Let's get it done. No. Tome of Intimidation Middle. Totem of Intimidation Middle. Ooh, that is valuable. Totem of Intimidation, for those of you who don't know what the Totem of Intimidation does, it removes the need for the God Wars 1 kill count to get access to boss instances. If I remember, that's what it was. Something that I have looked into because once I get access to God Wars 1, that is one of the more frustrating bits, is if you don't have a really decent Slayer level, could potentially not be able to kill some of the things in there while they're still able to technically attack you. Disruptive. Let's see, Ruksha, the Sato. What's this? New items. Access to the boss encounter. Okay. So those aren't the worst things to do, all things considered, and chances are there's a pretty good amount of them. There's a pretty good chance that doing these is going to be required for something down the line, if I had to take a wild guess. Swamp paste, some fishing XP, access to the fishing platform, which I believe is the fishing guild stuff. Oyster pearls. Are oyster pearls just an item in and of themselves? Because I feel like I've been them up on the drop menus, and it's like they almost contain something. Okay, is there anything else in here that looks like it might be? The pie is not even remotely worth it, to be perfectly. It's just not XP that's actually valuable at all. Myths of the Whitelands. Crafting 55 agility, 80 woodcutting. 80 woodcuttings. Recipe for disaster. Access to the Culinaromancer's chest and much, much more. Okay, so recipe for disaster looks like it starts a quest chain, and it's just very, very long for length. Okay. Shit. Symbol, push button, leather, anecdote token. Don't get the anecdote. But last hatchet, if it's accumulated track. Oh, Ava's accumulator ammunition. Okay, the passive pickup effect for ammo. That's strong. It's useful. Nope, nope, didn't want to. Okay. So there's a lot of quests that I could knock out, and honestly, I might go ahead and later on this evening try to knock some of those out. I want to get 50 agility though, because it really 50 agility would be a huge step in the right direction, and it would unlock the second half of this uh, agility course. 9 more minutes of the roll left. Not sure how much more XP burn out of this. Level 48. Gosh. Capital agility course. Hey, we've gotten access, or we'll be getting access to crystal equipment. Dungeon shortcut here soon. Yeah, and the nice thing is at 50 it does unlock because I think it's 50 dungeoneering, 50 thieving, 50 agility, and 50 construction. It takes to unlock the shifting tombs. the roar's finished. Dang! I was like, I noticed my XP dropped. That's unfortunate. Honestly, this just needs to be trained. As much as I hate agility, I just need to get it done. It's one of those I should take an afternoon where I'm like watching lecture or something, and I should just crank it out and be done with it and not have to stress over it. How much XP do we have left in this level? Okay. Oh, agility are the bane of my existence. But you are oh so valuable. I think my biggest gripe with having to train agility on Ironmans is just the fact that I don't get access to the Silverhawk boots. Need that yummy bonus XP. In fact, what can I spend automates on? Like, recall correctly, it's basically... Oh, can't have that screen open while everything else is open. Dang it. Hey look, more compact mine. So, let's see here. Like, how much XP are we getting every trip? Because we get about 20 from every single obstacle, and then from ending obstacle we get 170-ish. Note that this one's 170, the other one looks like it's a little bit more. 170. I'd have to do the math. Because I guess the full cycle would be a trip there and then back. Because this XP total compared to the other end. Oh no, that's 170 as well. Thought it was higher. So 20. The 20. The 20. 20. This is going to be 170. So 100 plus 170. So you get about 270 per trip. One way. Which means you're making 540 from a full cycle. Making 540 from a full cycle, then that puts you at roughly like what? So every 2 trips you're making 1080. Let's say I've got 12k that I've got to do left, which means I would need to make, of those 1080s, I would need to make about 24 trips. And then if we can calculate about how much time it takes, I could roughly calculate how long it's going to take me to finish this. So open a clock on stopwatch out. Obviously, this is assuming perfect efficiency and that I don't get sidetracked by something on the side monitor. Okay, we'll start from here. Obviously, there's going to be things like variable load screens. There's going to be a little bit of time on passing through the tunnel. Okay, so every front and back, so every 540 XP takes about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds every 1080, and 24 times 2 minutes. Oof, ouch, that's like an hour. Is it really an hour to finish the rest of this? Eh. Am I doing that right? In the math. 1080 would take about 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And we have 11k, like almost 12k to go. If that's the case, then Like, I feel like I'm really on top of this, and the fact that it's taking this long seems a little bit much. Um, so how much does it say that I'd be per hour? Take 1080 would take 2 minutes. No, you would times that by 12. Times that by 12, not 24. Because I only need 12k. So you're timesing the 5 or the 540 you're timesing the 1 minute 10 seconds by 24. It's happening. Which means you're yeah, so you're getting about ballpark. I'd say you're probably ranging close to every 30k XP takes you about an hour. Feel like I'm doing my math right there. But let me think about it again. Yeah, because every minute is 540 XP. So that means you're earning half of 60k XP every single hour. Roughly. So yeah, about 30k XP an hour. It's not bad for this level, it's just not great. Like, if I think about it, let me pull up the XP table again. I'm about to hit level 50. If I'm still earning 30k XP an hour at level 50 doing this, then I can go from 101k XP, which is the XP level that 50 triggers, and I could go to almost level 53. So it would take me about an hour to get to 53, which I think is when the standard agility guide on the wiki tells you to go to the wilderness. And at level 52, it says I could go to the agility training course. If I were to demonic skull up, get anywhere between 50k and 70k an hour. Take just 50k. 52. What would an hour's worth of XP at 52? 52 is 120,000 if I did K. Get at roughly 173,000. Which would give me 5. If I did another 50k on top of that, about 257. And then another 50k on top of that would give me about 259. And then another 50k on top of that would give me 61. Because I'm assuming worst case scenario. So worst case scenario is I'm going to get the lowest amount of XP possible, which the trying to gauge just roughly how long it may take me to train agility. At 65 there's, so if I just trained from 50 to 52 here in Anacondia or Condia or whatever it's called, if I trained up to 52 here, and then trained in the wilderness with the demon skull, as risky as that is, because that's 500k and that's not 500k I can replace. Though it is a understandable it is an understandable risk. One I'd be willing to take, to be perfectly honest. Because what I'd probably do is I'd probably pack I'd probably leave just about everything behind except the demonic skull. It puts me at such a huge risk for attack because I'd be effectively defenseless. But honestly, it's not the worst idea. So, once I hit 50, it would take me another hour, about 8 p.m. to get to 52, and would take about another hour per every 2 levels to get to 65. So 4 hours to get to 60, another, well, approximately 4 hours to get to 60, and then another 4 hours, or another 2.5 hours to approximately 65. Because once I'm done with that, I can move to the head Oasis agility course, which can get me about 70k. And 70k an hour is not bad. 65, 70k an hour is like a level and a half every hour. Which means you're getting approximately 6 hours you would get the 75 agility. And then that's effectively all you need for the foreseeable future, because 75 gets you to Priff. It's almost worth it. It would take all of today and tomorrow training agility to get there, but I could do it. Just be done, and then I'm done with agility. Or at least done for the foreseeable future, because honestly, just using the agility from like using agility on random stuff will probably start to kind of passively train it. And then there's also the Heffen agility course, which I can utilize the Voice of Saren, additional 20% extra. Left. It's 10 minutes, roughly. So close.